What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another video on the Stonadge channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about the future of Joao Felix, which has seemed to have been confirmed in the last few hours by Fabrizio Romano that he will be going to Chelsea. We're going to be talking about why this move might potentially be a good move for him, why it could have been a bad move for him, why it's a good move for Chelsea, why it's a bad move for Chelsea, and potentially where else he could have gone if he had chosen to. Now, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, then please make sure you do so. We're trying to get to 400 subscribers now by the end of the month. After the amazing support on the Mudrick video yesterday, I thought, let's do a couple more today. Anyway, let's get into the video and talk about Joao Felix. So, he is a 23-year-old Portuguese attacking midfielder slash striker who can also play on the right and left-hand sides for Atletico Madrid. Originally broke through at Benfica in 2018 as it's sort of his breakout year before moving to Atletico Madrid as his first big career move of choice. Now, it's important to note this because Atletico Madrid, realistically, for a player of Joao Felix's profile, which can often be mistaken, I think is a very, very poor one. His defensive work rate isn't particularly brilliant. His positional awareness isn't fantastic, but his ball striking is exceptional. His amazing feather-light touch is exceptional as well. So someone who really you wouldn't really associate with the workhorse that Atletico Madrid and Diego Simeone have built over the last few years. So a very, very strange move, but it was a big, big money move, about 120 million euros. Can play in a multitude of positions, played in sort of a number 10 moulded into a 9, a shadow striker sort of role, if you will, at Benfica originally. And then has played in just such a multitude of positions under Simeone. Let's talk about why it hasn't particularly worked. Realistically, it's the system. And the system and he do not suit each other. They are totally and utterly like chalk and cheese. However, lots of people think Joao Felix is this sort of very small, tricky winger almost who doesn't score a lot of goals. Realistically, he's got an exceptional finish on him when he wants to. And also, he's close to 6 foot, 5'11", so someone who potentially could offer an aerial threat as well if he developed that skill further. With Felix as well, I have the feeling that it sort of feels like a wasted talent, if you know what I mean. These 4 years have been wasted really at Atletico Madrid, and realistically, I think he's got to make this move sooner rather than later. So the report from Fabrizio Romano says that Joao Felix is going to move to Chelsea on loan until the end of the season. It's going to be a fee of around 12 to 16 million pounds for the loan fee for just 6 months, with Atletico Madrid extending the contract of Joao Felix until 2027. Now, for me, this showcases of Chelsea and Atletico Madrid sort of playing into each other's hands a little bit here. Realistically, Chelsea have put in this money now. I think that potentially could earn them a discount off a future transfer if all things go well. If not, then Atletico Madrid have protected the value of their asset. They can either continue to use him in the future, or they can sell him on with a 5-year contract attached to him, or a 4-year contract, as 2027 is now. So yeah, it works in both ways. If Felix does well, he's put in the shop window. Potentially Chelsea can get a little bit of a discount on him. If not, then Atletico Madrid still have a very usable player. He can still improve at just 23 years old. It works out for everybody. I think Atletico Madrid will be the happier of the two parties quite clearly. And whether he will settle into Premier League football is another thing, which we'll discuss in a minute. But yeah, and where is his best position and where does he suit under Graham Potter as well? So for me, Joao Felix has the potential to play a multitude of positions. You either use him in the Kai Havertz role that has been utilised by Potter this season so far, which realistically Havertz hasn't done particularly well in. He's been one of the better players under Potter, but that's saying something because he hasn't been excellent at all. And realistically, since his £75 million move from Bayer Leverkusen, it's been all fat and no poo. Apart from that Champions League goal, he's done nothing else of real note. Despite the fact he's an exceptional technical footballer, I just don't think it's worked out for him at Chelsea, and he needs a move. A bit like Joao Felix needs a move from Atletico. So yeah, and then you've also got he can cut in from either wing. I think he's better off the left personally, but you could also, for me, play in an advanced number 8 role, and that's what I'm going to talk about here. This is why I think he could have been a good move for Arsenal. I actually did make a video on him going to Arsenal, but I deleted it because the Chelsea move came forward, so we're recording this video instead. I think this sort of advanced 8 is made a move really. The role that the Martin Ødegaard plays, the advanced playmaker in that Arsenal side, who really, can make a true impact. Fabio Vieira played it yesterday in the game against Oxford United and was exceptional and made 2 goals. I think Felix could definitely play this role well. He just needs to toughen up a little bit. I think that's fair enough. Needs to get into challenges more, battle. But yeah, he's a top talent. Where does he fit in under Potter? I think it's where Kai Havertz is at the moment. Does he offer the guaranteed goals? No, but does he offer potentially foil for Havertz or foil for the Pulisic's and Mounts of this world? I think so. He also offers versatility, and, if it doesn't go well for Chelsea, it's not the end of the world. They're a club that can afford to waste 12 to 16 million pounds on a player, even if it's just for 6 months. And if it goes well for them, it'll be financially viable, I think, for them to bring in Felix on a permanent deal. Whether Atletico Madrid will sanction that, who knows? So he was also linked with 3 other Premier League clubs this window. Not only Chelsea, which is going to be the move, but Manchester United, who have been linked with every player under the sun forever. So realistically, whoever's linked with Man United, unless it's a very strong link, I usually tend to take it with a pinch of salt because you can't really pay much attention to United links because they get the most clicks at the end of the day. He was linked to Arsenal, as I mentioned. I think he would have been perfect for Arsenal, but they've already brought in Mykhailo Mudryk now. They're probably going to bring in another forward, I would say. I think it would be wise for them to do so. And Aston Villa as well, which I think he would have been the main man, a bit like the Coutinho deal, which, being honest, hasn't worked out for Villa. So yeah, I think Chelsea, realistically, would anyone want to go to Chelsea at the moment? Well, a player like Felix, who's looking to rebuild his career, can really prove himself and help Graham Potter up the league. Maybe it's the right career choice. So let's have a look at his FB profile and see what we can take from this. So we're looking at Joao Felix's FB profile, which for me, I think is a very good indication of how good a player is and the sort of roles that they can play and players that they are alike. So you're looking at players is compared to positional peers in the big 5 leagues of men's football, Champions League and Europa League over the last 365 days. He's played 1,889 minutes, and he scored 4 goals in 14 games in La Liga this season. And that's only this not the calendar year, this season as it is 2022-23. It's good reading if you're a Chelsea fan. He's in the 85th percentile for non-penalty goals, but only in the 51st for non-penalty XG. He's in the 93rd for assists and in the 85th for shot-creating actions. He's also in the 88th for progressive passes, 83rd for dribbles completed, and the 98th percentile for interceptions. So good news for Chelsea, I think. He's a real top player in and around the final third. It's whether he can provide what Graham Potter would want in a forward, and that's the work rate. The most similar player he's likened to is his Atletico Madrid teammate, Antoine Griezmann, which makes me think, can he play in a number 8 midfield role, as I mentioned? Griezmann did it to amazing effect in the World Cup for France. I think Felix has the attributes to do that as well. Whether he can is another matter. He's also likened to Amin Gouiri of Rennes, Breel Embolo of Monaco, Christopher Nkunku, who's also probably Chelsea bound, Roberto Firmino as well. So, yeah, a lot of people want him at Liverpool as well. I personally wouldn't mind it, but now we've got Cody Gakpo. I think that's the Firmino replacement in the end. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Felix does in the Premier League. But let me know what you think he will be like in the comments below. I think I'm going to rate the transfer 6 out of 10. I think he's got the capabilities to be a real top loan signing for Chelsea, but it also has the capabilities to be the next Alexandre Pato. So, Graham Potter will certainly be hoping that Joao Felix can make a massive impact at Chelsea. Anyway, make sure you hit the like on this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 400 as soon as we can, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.